Welcome back, y'all. This is the fourth and final episode of my limited podcast, Alchemy, the making of, exploring the creative direction of my EP, Alchemy. Let's get into it. So the poem that started it all, "Oh to Be." This is the poem that I wrote in Tennessee while I was allegedly doing some substances. This was really what awakened this concept, was that experience in Tennessee and being outdoors and being fully immersed in it in an altered state of mind. It was so illuminating for me. I'm not like an outdoorsy type. I've never been sporty. That's not my gig. I want to be inside. I want to have my headphones in. I'm very reclusive. I'm a creative through and through. But being outside a whole 24 hours was just so, healing for me in a way. It was so good to be connected to the earth and when I'm in such a vulnerable state, and I felt so supported in being in nature. I felt so safe being in nature, whereas maybe I wouldn't normally otherwise. And that was such a beautiful feeling, to feel safe in the arms of nature. And that's kind of what the song Fructify is about, how, everything everywhere all at once. We are all connected to all things. It's all matter. And if you know anything about quantum physics, you know that matter never ceases to exist. It only transforms. And that's quite literally the definition of alchemy. The definition of alchemy kind of was a huge inspiration in a general sense for the CP2. And I'm going to read you the definition that I pulled. Alchemy: a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. And that is what nature is, and that is what healing is. That is what growth is in any capacity. It is alchemy. To be able to change your circumstances, to change your mindset, to change your location, whatever it is, to change your relationship, change yourself, whatever it is that is halted, whatever it is that you haven't seen growth in or is causing harm in any capacity, that can be transmuted. Anything can be altered. Anything can be changed. Anything can be made better. Anything can be evolved. And we need to take our power back in that capacity. We are such powerful beings, and we don't see it because we're so used to this human experience and how flawed it is. And we highlight that because it's the more vulnerable spots of ourselves. But we are capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. That the CP is an acknowledgement of that, how magical we are just being ourselves, and how worthy we are simply because we exist as magical creatures. That says it all right there. Like I said in the previous episode, Fructify is the spine of the album, in my opinion. It sums up what this EP is all about, which is interconnectedness, which is growth and evolution, which is peace and harmony with all living things. It's so lush. In lyrical content, it is so lush. In the instrumentation, it's just so cozy. It's so comforting to me. It's like a warm blanket of a song. And I think it's a great bridge between Moonchild and Past Life. Moonchild is focused on the inner world of the human experience, the experience you have with yourself, that those periods of isolation, those periods of, quiet and meditation and resolve. That's what Moonchild represents, the making peace with the end of life, which you can only do by yourself. And Past Life is all about the relationships aspect of things. It's all about your connection to others, your ability to connect, and your ability to acknowledge the magic in another person and the magic you may have together, and that wisdom of knowing the right partnerships to put your energy into and put your investments into. And Fructify is the natural element of it all. The connection to earth, the connection to all living creatures, and the respect that deserves, the acknowledgement that deserves. There's been plenty of research shown that trees communicate through their root systems, and they will give warnings to one another. They will give any kind of information they need to. And that just goes to show that they're intelligent beings. I think it's very clear in a lot of animal species, the intelligence is insane. This pertains to both Fructify and Moonchild. Like elephants have been witnessed and cataloged doing dances and rituals under the full moon, as have deer. They recognize the power that we all seem to feel as well. But instead of intellectualizing it and fighting it the way we do, they fully immerse themselves in the power that they feel and they give back to it. That, if anything, that is so intelligent. That shows such a marker of understanding that even we humans do not possess. That deserves to be respected. That deserves to be acknowledged. And Fructify is the celebration of all living things and the variety that intelligence comes in. It doesn't come packaged just the same as you and me. Intelligent species operate differently than me and in a language we don't understand. But that doesn't mean they're below us. It just means it's different. And I think that's a lesson we can apply in so many different facets of life. My favorite line from Fructify is the bridge. It fully encompasses what I'm trying to get across, which is the evolution and the beauty of life, the beauty that is everyday life. So the line goes, "The rocks eroding in the springs, evolving into better things. Miracles are happening. Vibrate on these same frequency. The hum of nature moves in me. A special kind of alchemy." That bridge in itself ties the whole album together. That ties Moonchild together. That ties Past Life together, and that ties Fructify together. It speaks on all of it. And in my final poem, that kind of my summation, if you will, Alchemy, I open with the definition of alchemy, which I shared, and tie in all these themes of the interconnectedness, the connection to self, the connection to others, the connection to nature, and how the most magical thing about us is the everyday parts of it. We don't have to do anything special to be magical. This is the magic. This human experience, this experience of being able to observe and perceive and feel and cry and dance and grieve and scream and feel horror and shock and feel joy. It's all magical. It's such a magical thing to experience this array of feeling, to experience the diversity of human life, of natural life, of vegetation, of animals, to bear witness and be a product of such an expansive creative system is so magical. And we have forgotten that in the mundane day-to-day, in the capitalism grind, in the go human existence that we've created for ourselves. We have forgotten how magical we are. And this is my call and my offering to my community. This is my offering to take this moment with me. And let's all gather and appreciate the magic that is you and I, to appreciate the magic that is all around us. Let's take this moment. Let's take this 45 minutes and listen to this peace that Spirit gave me, that Spirit blessed me with and trusted me with to share. And let's embrace that concept. Let's really feel it. I hope that you feel all the joy and passion that I have for this project. And I hope that inspires you to find your own joy and to acknowledge your own magic that you bring to the table, because baby, you are so magical. You are so special. You got something really good to give the world, and we all deserve to see it. And I hope that you enjoy what I have to give. Thank you. Till next time.